Good morning. I'd like to thank Dr. Biswas for this opportunity. So, as the previous speaker, very accomplished speaker spoke, definitely residents learn a lot from the camps and they should be going to the camps. The only caveat being that they should not be allowed to operate in these camps, certainly not without supervision. So, camps do serve a huge need in a country like ours. But the problem with camps is that they repeatedly get into trouble because of the lack of quality consciousness. There is a need to cut costs all the time, and so it becomes a breeding ground for infection. Equipment is often not sterilized, and substandard drugs may be used. And again, the same point that the residents are often allowed to operate, and this becomes a training ground for these residents, which leads to severe complications, can lead to severe complications. And so the gynecologists have actually, camps have been abolished in Orissa because of this reason. And there have been repeated incidents of mass complications, mass infections, and loss of vision repeatedly because of these eye camps. And these are only very few where there is epidemics of blindness. And so the Indian Medical Association came up with recommendations for the eye camps that only experienced qualified ophthalmic surgeons should be allowed to operate, those who are registered already with the MCI or the State Medical Council. So this does not include residents to be operating independently on these patients, and a pathologist should be there to examine the urine and blood, a dentist to check for sepsis, and a physician for general check. All medicines should be of quality that is verified by the doctor in charge of the camp. So these things make it almost on par with a good hospital treatment. And the Punjab Health Department, following incidents of blindness in their camps, has come out with these laws. You cannot have a camp without the permission from their director health, and the doctor's qualification should be cleared by their district civil surgeon. So it cannot be that the PG students can go and operate or residents can go and operate. The qualification of the operating surgeon has to be cleared, and there has to be videography of the entire camp so that things don't go unsupervised. And similarly, the NPCB came out with several guidelines which restricted the number of surgeries that can be done, and most importantly, surgeries can only be done in fixed operation theaters that are meant for eye surgeries. The camps can only screen the patients and get them to this base hospital for surgeries. So the residents can certainly run the OP, the screening outpatient, and they can assist the surgeries with the senior experienced surgeons, but they should not be allowed to operate independently. So these are the various guidelines come out, the AIOS guidelines, where the combined surgeries should not be done, meaning combined with vitrectomy, etc. Or if there are multiple systemic problems, these should not be done. One-eyed patients, as far as possible, avoid, but if it has to be done, then with special care. And high-risk cases and topical surgeries also only by very experienced surgeons. And all with after a fitness, each patient should have got from a physician. So that's the point. Residents, as the previous speaker said, of course they gain immensely from exposure to camps, and that's a life learning lesson. Certainly a lot of things they can learn, but they should not be allowed to operate independently. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Malika. Any comments from the House?
I am Dr. Gupta. As such, there are orders now. Earlier, a national program for control of blindness was started by Dr. L.P. Agarwal. At that time, we were operating in the camps. But since the program has been modified in 1996 and it has come under the supervision of Dr. Badrinath sir, he has told that no, only base camp approach will be done. Patient will not be operated.
Yes.
So nowadays, if somebody is doing that, that is doing wrong. 96, Dr. Badrinath in his program, when he modified this program, he has clearly defined. You will go, you will have camp, but all the patients, they will be brought to your base camp, and there only you will operate. So there is no question of operating. If somebody is doing that, is doing wrong. Then resident, as such, they are not supposed to operate independently, whether in your institution or whether in the camp. So in the camp, they are getting opportunity because large number of patients are there. So that opportunity should be given, and certainly that will be under the supervision. So residents should not be involved in the camp, that I don't agree, other residents get
No,
get
nobody
good
is saying
about
that.
his
I
work.
think nobody is saying that they should not be involved. They should not be left to operate without supervision.
Without supervision,
That's-
otherwise also they can't operate.
Absolutely.
They have to operate, even in a medical college where I am working, we don't allow them to operate. Until the specialist is there, they can't operate. Even if specialist should be there inside the OT, then only they will operate.
So
That
I
is
think both
again the
speakers,
rule.
so
Rule
that's what
of-
we are saying. That's what we are
Yeah,
saying.
that's rule again is there, that they will not operate without that. Thank you.
These virtually everyone is discouraged in camp surgery. Now, no one, I think there may be very few who will be operating in camps, but virtually it has gone.
It's
out
not
of-
even allowed. As per various
Now-
guidelines, NPCB has clearly said you cannot operate in the same area where you are screening. They have to be brought to the base camp. So it's not even allowed now.
No, yeah,
Even the AIOS guidelines do not allow it.
okay,
So if somebody is doing it, I think it's not even permitted.
okay. Thank you.
Just one more thing.
Thank you. Now